Captain Marcus Reed knelt beside his dying friend in the medical bay of the starship Defiance, watching the life fade from Lieutenant Jake Morrison's eyes. The alien plasma burn across Jake's chest had proven too severe for even their advanced medical technology to heal. "Marcus," Jake wheezed, gripping his captain's hand with surprising strength. "I need you to promise me something." "Anything, brother," Marcus replied, his voice thick with emotion. "My sister Emma back on Earth, she's been alone since our parents died. But there's someone else too." Jake's breathing became more labored. "On Altara Prime, there's an elf woman named Luna Silverwind. We were going to be married after this mission." Marcus frowned. The elven species had only recently joined the Galactic Alliance, and human-elf relationships were still uncommon, though not forbidden. "She'll be devastated when she learns I'm gone," Jake continued. "But Marcus, she has no family left either. Her clan was wiped out by raiders 3 years ago. I promised her she'd never be alone again." "Jake, what are you asking me to do?" "Marry her," Jake said simply. "Take care of both Emma and Luna. They're good women, Marcus. They deserve happiness, and you're the only man I trust with their hearts." Marcus stared at his friend in shock. "You want me to marry an alien I've never met?" "Promise me," Jake insisted, his grip tightening. "Luna is kind, intelligent, and brave. She fought alongside resistance fighters to protect refugee camps. Emma adores her already from our video calls. They've become like sisters." Before Marcus could respond, Jake's hand went limp. The monitor flatlined and the medical team rushed in, but it was too late. Lieutenant Jake Morrison, Marcus's best friend since military academy, was gone. 3 weeks later, Marcus stood on the observation deck of a transport ship approaching Altara Prime. The planet's twin moons cast an ethereal glow over its crystalline cities, and ancient forests that seemed to shimmer with natural magic. He clutched Jake's personal effects in one hand and a formal marriage proposal document in the other. The customs on Altara Prime demanded that he present himself to Luna's temporary guardian, Elder Thorn Moonwhisper, before meeting her directly. The Elder's dwelling sat nestled among towering silver trees that hummed with an otherworldly energy. "You are the human Marcus Reed," Elder Thorn said as Marcus entered the modest home. The elderly elf's pointed ears twitched slightly, and his ancient eyes studied Marcus with keen intelligence. "Luna has spoken of you often since receiving news of Jake's death." "She has." "Indeed. She believes strongly in honoring the wishes of the departed." When Jake's final message arrived, explaining his request, she spent many days in meditation. The elder poured tea from an ornate pot that seemed to glow from within. "She wishes to meet you, but first I must ask why you would agree to such an arrangement." Marcus considered his words carefully. "Jake was my closest friend. He saved my life more times than I can count. If he believed Luna was worthy of love and protection, then I trust his judgment completely. Even though she is not human, my duty is to my friend's dying wish, regardless of species," Marcus replied firmly. "Besides, humanity has learned that the universe is vast and filled with remarkable beings. We'd be fools to limit ourselves to only our own kind." Elder Thorn smiled. "Spoken like a true warrior philosopher. Luna will appreciate such wisdom." That evening, Marcus waited in a moonlit garden behind Luna's temporary residence. When she appeared, he was struck by her ethereal beauty. She stood nearly as tall as him, with silver hair that seemed to catch starlight and large violet eyes that held both sadness and strength. Her movements were graceful yet purposeful, like a trained fighter who had learned to find peace. "Captain Reed," she said softly, her voice carrying a musical quality common to her people. "Thank you for coming. Please call me Marcus. And I'm sorry for your loss. Jake spoke of you often during our missions." He spoke of you as well. He called you his brother in all but blood. Luna sat on a stone bench, gesturing for Marcus to join her. I must be honest with you, Marcus. I love Jake deeply, but I understand his reasoning. Neither of us should face the universe alone. You don't have to explain anything to me, Marcus said. I'm here because Jake asked me to be, and because I believe good people deserve happiness and protection. Luna studied his face in the moonlight. Jake said you were honorable above all else. He also said you've never been married because you've dedicated your life to protecting others. That's true. Then perhaps this arrangement could benefit us both. I have no desire for a marriage of mere convenience, but I believe genuine affection can grow between honorable people who share common values. Over the following days, Marcus and Luna spent time together, sharing stories of Jake and learning about each other's backgrounds. Luna had indeed been a resistance fighter, using her natural elven agility and tactical mind to help evacuate civilian populations during raider attacks. She was studying xenobiology and hoped to work in diplomatic medicine, helping heal the wounds between species. Marcus found himself genuinely impressed by her intelligence, humor, and compassion. She laughed at his stories about human military traditions and shared fascinating details about elven culture and their deep connection to natural forces. Your people believe in the concept of chosen family, don't they? Luna asked one evening as they watched Altara's twin moons rise. Yes, we do. Sometimes the bonds we choose are stronger than those we're born with. Jake chose us for each other, she said simply. Perhaps we should honor that choice and see where it leads. The wedding ceremony took place 1 month later, blending human and elven traditions. Emma Morrison had traveled from Earth to attend, and she and Luna embraced like the sisters Jake had described. The ceremony was small but meaningful, with Elder Thorne officiating and several of Jake's former crewmates attending via hologram. As Marcus and Luna exchanged vows, he realized that Jake's final wish hadn't been about obligation or duty alone. His friend had seen something in both of them that they might never have discovered on their own: the possibility of finding love and family in the most unexpected places. When Luna smiled at him during their first dance as husband and wife, Marcus understood that some of humanity's greatest strengths lay not in conquering the stars, but in opening their hearts to all the remarkable beings they found among them. Jake would have been proud.